Thousands of the African National Congress's supporters will attend the 105th birthday celebrations of the party. The celebrations will be held in Orlando Stadium, Soweto. Now let's cross to Aldrin Sampear, who is at Orlando Stadium. Aldrin, a very good morning to you.
Well, a very good morning. People still making their way here to the stadium, as we've indicated earlier on that it is still drizzling here in Orlando Stadium. But as we promised earlier on that we will be bringing you various guests and senior ANC politicians as well as NEC members. And one of those people is the president of the ANC Women's League. A very good morning to you, ma'am.
Good morning.
Yesterday, the ANC Women's League made a big announcement. They endorsed Dr Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma to be the next person to succeed President Jacob Zuma. Why was it so important to do that?
It was important for us to do that because in the last NEC of the ANC, there was a call for all provinces to start talking and negotiating, and we thought that we want to go to other structures with a mandate. And what is also important is that we brought regions throughout the country, and therefore it was not just the NEC and the provincial reps, we also had other regions.
I actually understood that NEC decision to mean that the provinces must discuss. Of course, the leagues are also considered to be provinces of the ANC, to discuss, not to pronounce. But the ANC Women's League then decided to go ahead and pronounce that this is the person that we are endorsing. Why was that so important? Why is it so critical to do that, instead of saying, yeah, let's have the discussion and at a later point we will pronounce whom the candidate is that we will be endorsing?
It was very clear in the NEC that the most popular candidate is Comrade Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma, but there was a unanimous decision on that she should be put as our presidential candidate and also as the face of the campaign of the ANC Women's League.
Do you think that she has a lot of support in the ANC as a whole, besides just the ANC Women's League? You putting forward a candidate that you believe will succeed President Jacob Zuma?
Yes, her experience, commitment to the struggle speaks for itself. She's not a newcomer in the struggle for the ANC. She is the leader of the ANC in her own right, and therefore we also thought that as the Women's League we must break the ceiling and push for a woman candidate to stand for this position, because the ANC is a non-sexist organization. But also this year we are celebrating 100 years of Comrade Oliver Tambo, and Comrade Oliver Tambo is one leader of the ANC that was very committed to the emancipation of women.
The question then becomes that why didn't the ANC Women's League support her back in 2007? Why didn't the ANC Women's League support her as deputy president when there were the nominations to have her become the deputy president? Why didn't the ANC Women's League come out and say that we have so much faith in Dr Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma that we believe that she should be the deputy president of the ANC and not Ramaphosa?
We've worked within our structures. We took a decision at conference, and therefore we have the mandate of the conference to push a woman, firstly because we've been saying we want a woman president, and then we have already now started talking and discussing various names. There are other names that came up, but women were very clear on the name of the president. We have a mandate.
Okay, let's speak about the 50-50 gender parity with the officials, the top six. There are various other names. Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula's name is also amongst those. But what the statement doesn't do is clarify that what positions do you feel these candidates should go for. Like, for instance, we have Baleka Mbeta. I presume that you still wanted to remain the chairperson of the ANC. You also have Jessie Duarte. I don't know what position you'd like her to take on. And then you have Nosiviwe as well as Nomvula Mokonyane.
We have Nosiviwe. We have Chelsea, we have Nomvula, we have Maite, we have Lindy Wesisulu. Women said we must go as the ANC Women's League, look at through the eye of the needle, look at the issues of experience, look at people that will support Comrade Nkosazana, because we don't want to say that we want a woman president and leave that woman president surrounded by men and therefore not being able to take decisions and implement programs that are going to change the quality of lives of women and South Africans at large.
Okay, just quickly, you have Ramaphosa on the other hand, who's been endorsed by the COSATU, for instance. Do you think that he's not a good enough leader to become the president of the ANC?
We never discussed Deputy President Ramaphosa, but we also want to make it clear that the ANC has its culture and tradition, but it also has its constitution, which is its policy document, and policy supersedes culture and tradition. But one other thing, culture changes, and one other important thing is that as the Women's League, it would be very wrong for us to stick to culture and traditions that do not promote women's emancipation. But also the ANC is committed to women's emancipation.
Thank you so much. Sorry, we have to cut you there. There you have it from the president of the ANC Women's League. Speaking about the candidate that they have endorsed, well, we have to wait and see how that unfolds during the course of 2017 and when the various provinces pronounce on the candidate that they support. COSATU has already made it clear that they support Ramaphosa. It's back to you in studio.